It is very important to understand that slope can be used to calculate two different quantities that are changing. This is known as the rate of change. The rate of change. Rate of change, once again, is when you're calculating two different quantities which are changing. Let's look at this word problem. It says, after 30 baseball games, James had 25 hits. If after 100 games he had 80 hits, what is his average hits per baseball game? The way you figure this out is by determining what is the rate of change, which in this case is the average. I'm going to actually write these as some coordinate points. Here's what I mean. I would have 30, 25, which means 30 baseball games equals 25 hits, and also 100, 80, which means 100 baseball games, 80 hits. So now I have two coordinate points. Well, let's find the slope. What was the first thing that you do to find slope? Well, the first thing that you're supposed to do is label x1, y1, x2, y2. A common question that I get is, does it matter which point is your first point and which point is your second point? Believe it or not, it does not matter which point is which. All right. The next thing, I'm going to go ahead and rewrite the formula for slope just to help me have it in focus here. Now, some of you may have your formula sheet out. Others may need to write it at the top of the page just to help you out. But now I'm going to go ahead and plug into the formula. So, y2, that's 80 minus 25 divided by 100 minus 30. 80 minus 25 is 55. 100 minus 30 is 70. So in this particular example, the rate of change equals 55 over 70. Let's try that again. Here's another word problem. It reads, a climber is on a hike. After 2 hours, he is at an altitude of 400 feet. After 6 hours, he is at an altitude of 700 feet. What is the average rate of change? You're doing the exact same thing. You're doing the exact same thing. So to do this, you have to write out your coordinates, number one. So I have 2 hours, 400 feet. After 6 hours, 700 feet. Now that I have my coordinates, I'm going to go ahead and label my points. x1, y1, x2, y2. This makes it so much easier when we now have to plug into the formula. M equals y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. Some of you may get tired of having to write this formula over and over, but I promise you it actually does help to minimize your mistakes. Let's plug in. M equals y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. 700 minus 400 is 300. 6 minus 2 is 4. So here I have 300 divided by 4. Now, you can't just leave it like that, because if 4 can go successfully into 300 without a remainder, I'm going to need to divide that. Now, some of us may not have our calculators handy, so we're going to have to divide the long way. So 4 goes into 30 7 times with 2 as a remainder. 4 goes into 375 times. So the slope, or the average rate of change, is 75 feet per hour.